All right, welcome everybody. We're going to call the meeting to order. We do have a quorum. This is our organizational meeting, January 7th, 2019. I guess you could review the agenda. It's kind of brief.
I can review the agenda. So tonight is an organizational meeting where the board will, like officers and also make appointments to the architect, the auditors, legal counsel, credit cards, a lot of the fiscal stuff, as well as the official newspaper and other compliance issues. And then a real brief discussion on committee appointments and district committees, etc.
And this is guided by statute, right?
And this is
Correct.
an organization guided by statute that every board is required to have.
That's right.
Right. Okay, the first agenda item is the annual election of the board chair. Are there any nominations for board chair?
I nominate Lenny.
All right. So we actually don't require seconds, and the process actually requires me to request 3 times for nomination. So are there any other nominations for board chair? Are there any other nominations for board chair? And 3, are there any other nominations for board chair? All right, if there are no further nominations, the nominations are closed and we are going to actually proceed to a roll call vote. So Sarah will read each of the names and you would say yes or no.
Do we always do it this way, or is this different this year?
It's a roll call vote because we have somebody appearing by telephone. If you remember back to the Lonnie days, yeah, that's where we're at again. So no, it's not normally done this way.
All right.
So every one of these is going to be by roll call. I believe it's just a nomination.
Yay.
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 Aye.
Aye. All right. Next is nominations for vice chair. Are there any nominations for vice chair?
I'd like to nominate Sarah for vice chair. No? No,
Okay.
you don't. No. So should I retract that? No, I'll retract it then.
All right. Are there nominations for vice chair? Ellen, you were leaning forward.
I'll nominate Erica Ellenberg.
Are there any other nominations for vice chair? And again, we're going to do this 3 times. Any other nominations for vice chair? Any other nominations for vice chair? Hearing none, we'll go to a roll call vote.
Yay.
Yay.
Aye.
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 Aye. All right. So the vice chair is Erica Allenberg. Next, are there any nominations for clerk?
I nominate Sarah Petzloff.
Are there any other nominations for clerk? Are there any other nominations for clerk? And third time, are there any other nominations for clerk? Hearing none, we shall proceed to a roll call vote.
Aye. Oh, sorry.
Aye.
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 That'll be quicker that way. Aye. All right. And Sarah is clerk. Are there any nominations for treasurer?
I nominate Matthew Fox.
Are there any other nominations for treasurer? Any other nominations for treasurer?
Anyone?
Any other nominations for treasurer? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote.
Aye.
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 Aye. All right. Next is Assistant Treasurer. Do we have nominations for Assistant Treasurer? And I think this might have been discussed, but we'll see.
I nominate Owen Michelson for Assistant Treasurer.
Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations?
Are you on it? Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I thought Owen was on finance as per our committee assignments, but I don't believe that is accurate.
So you're withdrawing the nomination?
Well, it wouldn't make sense for him to serve in that capacity if he's not on the finance committee. Would you agree?
See, Matt, you should have tried that.
Please speak into the microphone.
Yeah, well, what's the,
I believe Amir Garby is on the finance committee.
Right now, we've only had two, there are two people who have put their name down. There's a third person who will need to be added, who we haven't identified yet for that committee.
So I think Ellen might stay on finance. Is that correct?
Yes, maybe.
Would she be on 3 at that point?
What about Amir?
Well, yeah, for this position, but,
You want to be
yeah,
considered for this position?
sure.
Okay, I nominate Amir Garby for Assistant Treasurer.
All right. So we have a nomination of Amir Garby for Assistant Treasurer. Do we have any other nominations for Assistant Treasurer? Are there any other nominations? And third and last call, any other nominations? We'll proceed to a roll call vote.
Aye.
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 Jones? Aye. Michelson?
Aye.
Petzler?
Aye.
Freeman?
Aye. And we have a nomination next for Assistant Clerk. We have 2 Assistant Clerk slots, so we'll take dual nominations.
I nominate Owen Michelson and Ellen Jones.
Any other nominations for Assistant Clerk? Any other nominations for Assistant Clerk? Any other nominations? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote.
Ellenberg?
Aye.
Fox?
Aye.
Darby?
Aye.
Jones? Aye. Michelson?
Aye.
Petzler?
Aye.
Freeman?
Aye. All right.
Do we have to say aye, because there's 2 of them, or are we?
I think we'll count a single aye as a vote for
My
both.
aye.
All right, that completes our annual election of board chair and board officers. Thank you, everybody. Next, we will proceed to approve the minutes. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from the December 17th work session and the December 17th regular meeting?
So moved.
Second?
And are there any changes to the minutes of either of those meetings?
Yes, I would like to propose that the item, sorry, I don't have them in front of me right here, but the item regarding personalized learning, there were several comments from the board that were not included in the minutes, and I would like to add that the board discussed approval of this motion and considered the implementation of the strategic plan and the incorporation of this motion was to, I'm trying to put it into words, to try to clarify what we decide, what, maybe it wasn't.
Conditions on the approval that was discussed.
Right, so there were some conditions, but it did not change the motion, but we did talk about the fact that we wanted to make sure that we were putting resources where we felt were important for the district, so that the motion was passed, but may be evaluated by the board upon, within the strategic plan.
So it was a point of clarification just to be added to the minutes, so it's reflected for the public. I would agree. And second that
I think
change
we
if
could-
it needs that.
I think we could add something in the comments.
Right.
Like,
Right, that's what I'm suggesting, is that in the comments section of the minutes, that we state that the board discussed implementing this, I'm trying to put it,
well, we just, I believe, and my recollection could be off, but I believe we discussed continuing with the priorities that Randy set forth in the personalized learning goals for the rest of this year, and that we wanted to make sure that for the goals for the following year, that we were able to have a follow-up conversation within the parameters of the strategic planning process before all of those personalized learning goals were signed off on. And so we signed off on the document itself so we could move forward, but we wanted to make sure that it was noted that there was the caveat that we as a board want to have a more holistic discussion about all the district's plans and make sure that we're able to have a prioritization process.
And I think that's all she was asking to be
Yeah,
added, because
yeah.
it wasn't reflected in there that it was.
Did I articulate, I just want to make sure I articulated that.
Yes.
Okay.
That's my understanding too, and that I just didn't see any comments at all about that in the.
I think it'd be pretty important to put that in.
So do you have a clear understanding? How about, why
I
don't
can
we,
go offline, I can,
why don't we do this? So these are the minutes from the regular board meeting, correct? Why don't we approve the minutes from the work session? Sarah can bring back the minutes from the board meeting at the next meeting. There's no time requirement for approving minutes. And so that way, we know what it says, rather than Sarah trying to scramble on this. So, given that we have a motion to approve both, I would recommend that we vote no, and then we get a second motion to approve the minutes of the work session and to table the minutes of the regular meeting until next month. Okay, everybody on board on that one? All right, so this is to approve the motion as pending, which my recommendation is to vote no. So all those in favor of the current motion, vote aye. All those opposed, say nay. Nay.
Nay.
All right, now can I get a motion to approve the minutes of the work session from December 17th, 2018?
So moved?
second.
Any changes, questions, discussions? All those in favor of approving the December 17th, 2018 minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Can I get a motion to table the December 17th regular meeting minutes until next month?
So moved?
Second?
Any questions, discussion? All those in favor of tabling the December 17th minutes until the regular meeting till next month, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Great, that worked. Okay. Consent. Can I get a motion to, well, first, is there anything to be removed from the consent agenda? No? Then can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Second?
Okay, all those in favor of approving the consent agenda, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. We are on to discussion, which is the board committee appointments. People have filled out our form.
Lenny, just real quick, one thing, sorry.
Yes.
Just for Sarah Shandel, I voted in alignment with the group every time in case there's like a little delay, because there's like a second. So you could unanimous, so, thanks.
Got it, thank you.
So if it was no, he voted no. If it was yes, he voted yes. A little puppet behind him.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so on the committee assignments, we are not redoing associations, we're not redoing school assignments. The only association is ISD 287, which Regina has agreed to stay on for another year. Unless somebody else would like to move into that spot, that'll come up for approval at the end of January meeting. In the groups, meet and confer is not up for approval, everything else is. It looks like within that category, we have 2 people interested in Ed Fund. Otherwise, we have 1 person interested in each of the categories. So Community Ed Services Advisory Council is Sarah. So City Council is Sarah. Ed Fund is the one we have.
No, that's Jones.
So
I
for
don't
some
know
reason,
why
yeah.
my Name populated there because I did not fill that in, but I just fixed it.
Okay, that helps, because it did have your name, and I was wondering about
Yeah.
that. Okay, City.
Anything I need to know, Ellen?
Yeah, Ellen, put your name in, yes. City Council is Ellen. Ed Fund, we've got Ellen and Matt both listed, so we can. So
We have
Matt-
done that before, having alternates.
And Matt, you still would like to stay on Ed Fund?
Yeah, I would.
Okay. So we'll put,
And I would say the consistency for the 2-year term is good, and then Alan can come as well.
Gifted Advisory, Ellen. Insurance, Sarah is stepping in for Amir. And Mental Health and Wellness is Erica. And SAC is Sarah. She likes getting up early. Does that still meet like at 7 in the morning?
7 o'clock? It's all good.
Seek is Erica. World's Best Workforce is Ellen and Sarah. Those are the primary. And then going up to committees, we do have,
We have 2 blanks on schools, but we're not changing them. Is that just, we didn't move the name over on Normandale and Countryside?
the schools stay the same.
That's what I thought. I was
Yes.
just wondering why the names didn't move across.
So I think somebody went in and populated them thinking that it was necessary, but those
Oh,
don't.
okay.
So I would just ignore that reference.
Excellent.
Does anyone, I guess the question I have is for Amir and Owen and Matt, do you guys have trouble making the meetings
For your school.
for your school? Because if you do, I'm happy to take another school. I want to,
I've got Normandale, and I've been able to
Okay.
hit, picking it up. so-
okay, all right.
Right, so even though it's not required to revisit, if it's not working for somebody, we
I
can
just,
make
yeah,
a
I just
switch.
wanted to make sure that it was working for those individuals
you.
that have to work all day.
So I haven't been there, but, no, we'll go this year and see how it goes.
Okay,
Cornelia's are at night, and so I've been in touch with their team, and I usually email and say, do you need something ahead of time or not? And then Valley View is usually during the day on Tuesdays. So I've been in touch with Sean and their team there, but I'll let you know if I can't make them. But if you wanted more middle school engagement, but I'm comfortable.
I wasn't going that far. I was just, but I would be happy to help if you need it.
Okay, so Erica's my alternate on everything.
There we go. All right. And then we will, this is also a topic on the work session discussion, so we can follow up on the major committees at that.
Is AMSD important at this?
It's Michelson. I had, because it's an asterisk, so that one doesn't change mid-year.
Right.
I had put my name there just to help out, but then I noticed the asterisk, and so I know Alan and I have gone, but not in his stead.
Right. So I do think AMSD is one in which other board members can attend if they're interested in what's being covered.
Surprisingly, we all have name tags, it seems like.
You do?
I think,
I
I
did. I was
I think
surprised.
once you attend
Once you attend,
and sign
Ah,
in,
there we
then
go.
they create a name tag for you.
That was awfully nice.
Right.
So,
So since I was there, they probably have a name tag for me.
I'm assuming they do.
All right.
But thank you for doing that one for us. That's a good one.
Any information? I think we're gonna hold off on committee updates till the regular meeting on January 28th.
I don't think they'd be terribly different from the 17th at this point.
Right, and so no one met over the winter holidays. Okay, I think we are complete with our agenda. Having completed, are there any objections to adjourning? Hearing none, we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody, and we have
Which room are we in next?
7